the last few days. We're not going to shoot it down because it belongs to the Chinese, and Hunter Biden's check probably hasn't cleared yet, and he wants to make sure it clears before we do anything. Now, the government that I don't trust, I'm sorry, they are too woke, too liberal, going off the cliff, especially our military. There's not a general up there that I would give 2 cents for. But anyway, they say it's safe. We have blocked them from receiving data. Okay, I'll buy that. Maybe you have. Or they said they blocked them from transmitting data. Doesn't mean that they block the data that they're trying to gather. You know they coming over here, they're looking for something. They want to know what's going on. You don't take millions and millions of dollars, launch it into the atmosphere, have it float across the Atlantic, float up and down in Alaska, and then come down to the United States. And where do they go across? Right across the breadbasket of the United States. Now, they get outside the United States, and last I saw, it looks like it's going down south, down towards South Carolina, North Carolina. Just happened to be some big Marine bases there. And if they get that out into open sea and they decide to bring it down themselves, which I guarantee they can retrieve the data themselves. They have ships, they have fishing vessels up and down our East Coast fishing all the time. So, what's to say that they don't bring it down, they recover it, not us, but them, because it's basically their property, and once it's in open ocean, it becomes our property. We can't really confiscate it. Then they retrieve all the data off of it that they want. Duh, what part of stupid don't you understand there? But anyway, they get the information they want. So then they use it against them. God bless his soul, Joe Biden. That poor man, when they were talking about balloons, he thought he was going to a party. I'm sorry, he is not running this country. Somebody has their hand up his back, moving his lips, just like I'm moving this puppet's lips. He doesn't know what's going on. Ain't that right, Frank? And that's sad. That's dangerous. I worry about that every day. And when you have other people running the country, running our defense, there to protect us, you have different people with different motives on how they want to do things. So, I think the satellite, the balloon will come down. The Chinese are going to recover the data, and then they're going to have all that data. And that's dangerous. It should have been shot down when it was over the United States and recovered it. They could have wounded it and had it deflate slowly, real easily. I know what them kind of balloons are made for. You get some hose in it, and it will come down real easy. And we have people who are smart enough to do the math to tell you about why that thing is going to come down. We have had, and they was worried about hurting people. Well, we've had a space shuttle crash, didn't kill nobody. We have had satellites deteriorate and come back to Earth. We've had a space shuttle deteriorate, space station deteriorate and come back to Earth. Nobody got hurt. I really do believe they could have brought this thing down without any problem. But since we have people in Washington, D.C., and I believe with all my conspiracy heart that somebody's getting a paycheck out of this deal. There's too many politicians, especially on the D side, that are willing to let this stuff go. I do believe, and you can say you're nuts, you don't know what you talk about, you're a conspiracy nut. I do believe that this government is bent over a barrel by the Chinese, and they're fixing to shove it up our rear ends. Um, there was a movie several years ago that some guys were captured, and they had that very thing done to them. And they said, "Don't say nothing about this because I don't want it to come out." So, you can take this with a grain of salt. I don't know nothing. I'm just an old man living here in Texas. But come on, people. They had the Russians launched Sputnik, that satellite, the first satellite, and we were ready to go to war over that. And it was just circling the Earth, beeping. It wasn't really gathering any information because it didn't have the capacity, but it was up there circling, and we didn't have nothing that could circle us. Now, one guy said, "Well, they have satellites up there." Yeah, they do, but there are cameras, and any military people that's smart will tell you that it's not quite as good as having something instead of 29,000 or 30,000 miles off the Earth, but 100 miles off the Earth, you can get a lot more data, lots of detailed data. So I shake my head in disgust, and like I say, I'm not going to be here to see this, but you young folks out there, you better get ready because your fish can get it shoved up your rear end. Someplace down the line, it's going to happen. China does not like the United States. So, till next time, God bless all of you, and we will see you someplace down the line. Bye. Say goodbye.